Hello everyone, I Dr. Anuradha Karmarkar from AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. Welcome you all to my lecture series on Hospitality Marketing Management. Today we are going to look at Introduction to Market Segmentation. A market consists of many buyers who differ in one or more respects with each other. They may differ in wants, resources, geographical locations, attitude, and buying behavior or practices. So as you can see that my market can be A, B, C, D, and with the font size I've tried to differentiate, and the color I've tried to differentiate each market. A consumer or a customer can also differ in the benefits they want from each product. For example, I may go to a restaurant to just relax, to have a cup of coffee, or to eat substantially, or to enjoy the ambience. The need can be different for each visiting customer in a restaurant. Amount they are able to or willing to pay, my buying power, my spending ability, and how much I'm ready to spend. Each customer also differs in the media they see. Many of them, they are very attached and associated with the television. Some people prefer newspaper advertisements and the content of the newspaper and the magazines. So each one prefers and may get attracted or influenced by different medias they use. Each customer differs in quantity they buy. Some people like to purchase in bulk, whereas some people keep the purchases for later. Some are just window shoppers. So each customer has a different need there also. And each customer differs in the time and place they want. So each customer is unique, each customer is different, and that's why segmentation becomes so essential and necessary. So as a marketer, can I serve all the customers because they differ in needs? The answer is yes or no. Or should I select a particular segment of customers whom I can serve well? So as a marketer, I have to take this decision, and my decision would be to select a smaller group of segment who I will be able to serve, and that is what is market segmentation is all about. So in market segmentation, you have selected to serve a smaller segment from many, those with similar needs and wants, and of course buying behavior, those who are more profitable to me, who would be able to buy my product, and who are reachable. I cannot select someone whom I cannot reach. So these prima factors are important for me to select any customer group or a segment for my product, and that is called as market segmentation. So as per the definition by Philip Kotler, market segmentation is dividing large heterogeneous market into small homogeneous market of people with homogeneous needs, wants, buying behavior, demands, purchasing ability, likes, dislikes, and so on, and who are obviously reachable. Next question which can be asked, how a market segment should be. So as I mentioned just now, any market which you select should be identifiable, which means the differentiating attributes of the segments should be able to be identified. What makes people different from each other, and what is the difference which you are looking for to tap them as your market. It should be substantial. Marketing is not a very inexpensive affair. It is very expensive and costly affair. So whatever R&D you have done so far, or whatever strategies you have planned, whatever investment you have done so far, it should give you return. And hence, if you select too small a market, it may not be that lucrative, and hence you select a substantial market segment which will give you positive results and would be able to justify the resources required to target them. It should be accessible. As I mentioned, the segment must be reachable through communication and distribution channel. For example, if my limitation is within the city of Pune, I will be able to tap the market which is within the city, and I may not think of anyone who is located, who may have a similar need and want, but is located probably in Bangalore or probably out of India, somewhere in USA. So it's not accessible for me, and I will not be able to reach to them even through various distribution channels. So my market should be identifiable, substantial, accessible, and very importantly, other three factors which should be looked into are: it should be measurable. It has to be possible to determine the values of variables used for segmentation with justifiable efforts, which means whatever efforts you have taken and you have put to tap this market, you should be able to quantify the returns which you are getting from it, and it should be profitable enough, and your market you should be able to measure it effectively. It should be responsive. The market which you have selected with the similar needs, wants and demands as described earlier, you plan various marketing strategies for them, but if they are not responding to it, it may be a failure, and hence select a market which should be responsive. That means it should respond and get attracted or influence to all the marketing strategies which you have planned so far for them. It should be homogeneous so that it becomes easy for a marketer to plan similar strategies, because it will satisfy similar needs and wants, and this is very, very important in segmenting the market. Now, when we talk about market segmentation, the next question comes: why segmentation? What would happen if we do segmentation? So, in segmentation, a marketer, if select a segment, he would be able to develop product which can be responsive to the needs of a marketplace, instead of developing a product randomly at his whims and fancy. He will surely develop a product which will be accepted, or which is likely to be accepted by the customer group he selected as his segment. Effective resource allocation is possible if you segment the market, so that you can plan which resources will be more effective, or which of the 4 P's would be more effective, or how much budget each market segment would need. All these decisions can be taken if you have segmentation done properly of your entire market. Of course, it helps in generating greatest customer satisfaction. Now, what does this mean? When you are planning strategies for the customer segment which you have selected, and people are accepting it, obviously it is going to result in customer satisfaction, and hence segmentation is must for achieving customer satisfaction, because each customer is different. Allocation of marketing budget and resources, as I mentioned earlier also, marketing budget is fixed and has to be decided for each market segment depending upon the activities you are planning to for each market segment, how wide and how large your market segment is. All these factors will determine your marketing budget for different segments. Adjustment of product to the market need is possible once you understand the need of the customer and each segment the need will differ, and hence you can modify your product based on customer needs little bit here and there. The best example is changing the taste of pizzas and Subway sandwiches to cater to the needs of Indian customers as compared to US customers. So this is possible because of segmentation. It will help you in estimating the level of sales in each segment. When a marketer decides several segments to target as their market segment, each segment may not give them the same profitability they are looking for, or it may not be so effective as they must have thought of. Each segment will behave differently and give different results. So for a marketer, if they segment the market, they know exactly which segment is profitable, which is not, and what kind of level of sales each segment is giving, so that right strategies can be planned to combat and to deal with the situation accordingly. To overcome competition effectively, because the moment you enter in any particular segment, there are competitors. You are not alone in the market. You are not alone in that segment. So when you know who your competitors can be for that particular segment, for example, if we talk about same Pizza Hut and McDonald's and so on, such multinational fast food joints which have entered Indian segment, they know their competitions, and hence each one is trying to figure out a strategy. Maybe they are playing with the products, maybe they are playing with the price, maybe they are giving heavy discounts to attract price sensitive, and hence each segment will have a different strategy. The rates which are charged here in Pizza Hut may be little different, maybe less as compared to the rates which are charged in US or Europe, for the very reason because affordability factor comes as prime factor in Indian scenario. And with segmentation, you would be able to develop effective marketing programs which revolves around 4 P's of marketing, as it's been discussed earlier with you all. That is product, price, promotion, and physical distribution. For the entire presentation, several references have been used. I have used Google Images, SlideShare, then the content of Marketing for Hospitality and Tourism by Philip Kotler, and website freebecomenotes.blogspot.com has been used to collect the content and the images. And I'm very grateful to all the references. With this, we come to an end of the presentation. Thank you very much for patiently listening to the presentation. In my next lecture series and segment, I will be talking about factors affecting market segmentation. That will be the part 2 of this presentation. Students, if you have any questions, you can always mail the same or ask. The mail ID would be given on the first slide of this presentation or in the description box of the presentation. Do not forget to solve the quiz given in the description box of the presentation. So till my next presentation, have a very nice day. Thank you.